This is the trends that are coming. I see it coming. And this is what we're developing. But a lot of it, you are being lied to and controlled. And you're right, Linda. It will be whatever the media is telling you to do, maybe do the opposite. Maybe be an errant child and go, whoop, they say do X, I'm going to do Y. But just watch your behavior. Watch how it makes you feel. And it's going to hurt. But so what? You've been hurt before. You're still here.
That's true. And it's better to know the truth than to be manipulated under a lie.
You know, I quote my mom a lot, who's just so amazing. And she would say, you got mad, get glad. Cut your finger, don't drip on the carpet. Deal with it. You know, don't be an emotional idol to your problems. She was amazing. She was absolutely brilliant. And she's on the other side, and I see her and talk to her. She's still like that. She doesn't have the traumas that she had to deal with in this life that karma's paid. But you don't go anywhere. You just shift frequency. You're still there. So you never die, really. You get rid of the body, and oh, thank God. Well, thank God you do.
Do you think people would be calmer in this life if everybody knew that for sure?
Well, in the far future, we will, but we'll only do that because we have evolved out of this being on this globe where we think the person next to us doesn't believe like we do, doesn't do what we want, and we don't do what they want. The division now is happening because the division is what the belief systems are. There's so much power in both sides, you see. So it's going to burn itself out. Anything burning this hot and this fast will burn itself out. But you will see more and more violence on the television and on media. You will see stuff you've probably never seen. And who is funding these violent rallies? These people didn't just come from out of nowhere. A lot of this is staged, and you really have to believe that. You really do. And if you can find a calm within yourself, you won't be so affected by it.
That's true. And you have to ask yourself, is this reasonable? For example, there's the No Kings protests. And in Canada, people joined the No Kings protest in solidarity for the American No Kings protest. But the irony is that Canada has a king. So you're protesting a country that doesn't have a king for No Kings protest, but yet you live under a king.
Well, that's the logic of it. But if you back it up to the invisible aspect of it, I think people just want to get out there and have their voice heard. I really do. I think there's a lot of that, and I'm all for people protesting. In Missoula, there are 2,000 people protesting that. But there was everything from the gay flag to save the whales to pound puppies. It wasn't just like in the 60s where Martin Luther King would lead a rally and people were there for a cause that was quite valuable. But we have so many things that we feel we have the right to have and do now. Both sides are very potent right now. But I think, get out there and protest. This started with the Arab Spring years ago, and it's been violent and wonderful. You might see a female leader of Iran. You might see that. Look how the British royalty is being changed. We're very close to having King William, I think, the fifth, and Queen Catherine. They're going to change that because they're changing with the times. And we're trying to change with the times, but we don't know what time it is.
How can something be wonderful and violent at the same time? Why do we need violence?
It's part of life. It's part of life. It's passion. It's and what kind of violence are you talking about? The violence of getting cancer, the violence of hitting your baby brother because he's got your toy. There's all levels of violence. And I think what we're discussing now is violence, is what people think they are allowed to do because of the word rage. Enraged, outraged, raged, incensed. Those things are becoming popular. It's like you go to a bar and then you get to get incensed because you've lost frontal brain cells. I don't know exactly how all that works. But once you add drugs and alcohol to this, it's on. It really is. And the world is deep, dark, evil place, Linda. It's not a good, happy place. The reason why Maitreya and the masters have not come out yet, and they were supposed to 10, 20 years ago, is because once again, from what they say, humanity is making some really dumb decisions. We are allowing leaders to lead us because we won't lead ourselves. That's what we're doing. So we are creating dissent and war and violence. And Mars is 3 million years ahead of us. They quit doing this a long time ago. So the masters in hierarchy, they wait because they have to come out visibly the day of declaration. It has to be an invitation, but humanity, by humanity. And it's not a small population. There are enough people that know about them. They know that. But then we delve right back into it's like going to a birthday party and you've been on a great eating plan for months. There's a big chocolate cake and you had a drink and you've lost control and you eat half of it. That's what we're doing. I like chocolate, but I know the consequences. You see? What are the consequences? We will figure this out. My personal opinion is that in the next couple of years, we might have some global um, environmental stuff happen where, especially in this country, the leaders say, God help us, we don't know what to do. It's too much to handle. So I don't know. These are very strange times that we signed up for it. It'll make a hell of a book in 20 years.
It's a hell of a ride for sure. And it's
Right.
your example, the chocolate cake is so perfect for everything in humanity. We just can't help ourselves. We want it.
It's because the material world, the glamour of the emotion and the illusion of the mentality has such control over us. We are still living 100, 200,000 years ago under the influence of Atlantis, where that root race, the job was for us to learn what emotion was. In Lemuria, 100,000 years before that, we learned about that we're in a physical body. Oh, I'm physical. There wasn't emotion. It was the Borg. So here comes Atlantis, and the root race was supposed to learn about emotion. We did such a good job, we're still in it. But what is the age of Capricorn in 2,000 years? And what are we going through now? All the problems. It's because we are supposed to be learning, and we are, of mind control over the self, the mental. That's what AI is artificial intelligence forcing us to grow up emotionally to where it will not control us, where we control ourselves.
So in that way, the manipulation's all part of it. It's a part of the lesson for us to gain self-control and self-awareness.
Well, we created it. It didn't have to be like this. It really didn't have to be like this, but we are so addicted. The forces of evil it is so powerful and so inherent on this plane because the purpose of the lords of materiality, what you call evil, is one thing, and it's to control the physical world, just the physical. and to keep it working, the involutionary arc, those beings. That's what the demons are, to control the physical world. But no, 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 we invite them to tea. And we say, back in Atlantis, the reason there was a tie in the war between the lords of materiality and hierarchy and the few people in humanity who could think was that it was just a tie. So, as the biblical people say, the earth was given to Satan, pretty much. And the masters went into the mountains of the world, the caves of the world, and they have been waiting for a time to come back. Well, a lot of them are here. They started coming out in the 70s. There may be, and I hope somebody in Theosophy corrects me in this, I think there's 60 masters of wisdom, people who have graduated from our school, but for some reason still want to stick around and help us connected with humanity. And that's part of the problem, too. The war against evil was won. I mean, we're fine. Armageddon was the second and first World War. It was one world war. It's done. It's done. So what's still here? Us. Us and our greed and our emotion, and also the magnificent and the love that we are. It's all a big ball. And it spins and spins and spins, and it runs over things, and then it collects things. It gets bigger and bigger. The love is bigger, the hate is bigger, and that's what you're seeing. All of these beings I spoke of are in visible communication now. The devas, the involutionary law arc, our evolutionary arc, the cryptids, the animals, everything, hierarchy, it's all on the forefront now. And we have to decide as a collective, what are we going to do? First of all, with our life and our choices, what are you going to do? We will reach a point after the day of declaration where humanity is going to go through a dark night where we are going to lose and have to give up a lot of the comforts. That's so everybody in the world will have potable water, food, health care, education, then the arts, and it's coming. Just wait, it's coming. But we have to start now living as though that's already here. What if the Messiah the Jews are waiting for, the Christ the Christians are waiting for, the Imam Mahdi that the Muslims are waiting for, the Kalki Avatar, all of the great beings of light? What if it's the same person? What do you think?
That sounds like peace.
It's our future and it's coming, but it's been delayed because of our impetuosity not to give up comfort. You have to give up that cake and see the consequences of it. You have to give that up.